Hey guys, I am here with another amazing interview with somebody who I didn't actually think I'd manage to sit down for a couple minutes today. He's been a very busy guy. I'm here with Mr. Johnny Youngbosch. How you doing, Johnny?
Doing good.
Excellent, excellent. Now, is this your first Hal-Con?
This is my first Hal-Con,
Yeah. And how's Hal-Con been for you?
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been awesome. The weather's kind of weird. Yesterday was nice, and today's like, what?
Yeah.
How did it get so cold?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's Halifax. That's Halifax. Is it, now, I'm assuming have you been into the East Coast of Canada at all before? Is this like your first full-blown Eastern Canadian?
No, this side, yeah, this is the first time.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, now you've been through the ringer now. Now you know what you can expect with the weather. So, other than that, have you had a good time with just Halifax in general? You enjoyed yourself here, other than the weather, and Hal-Con's just been treating you well. Everybody, you've got decent PAs here, doing a good job, treating you well.
They're all right. They're staring at us.
Last year, oh, it's okay. Shh, you're not there. You're not really there. That's okay. Last year, Garrett's was there too, staring me down the whole time, staring me down. Now, just to get into the stuff that obviously lots of people are going to want to talk about or hear about, and that is, many of us, myself included, would have grown up watching you do some pretty sweet things on television as the Black Ranger. I have to ask you, what was it like at the time? This might be a really campy question, but at the time, did you think that Power Rangers were going to be like as big as it ended up being? Because you came in when they were still pretty big, but did you think it was going to continue the way it has?
I mean, I really had no idea. I was just excited to be a part of something, and it was already going, So I basically jumped on a moving train, and it was. It just kept on going.
It did,
It was like huge the entire time. But then after the show, then things kind of were like,
It kind of spiraled a little bit.
But now it's retro. Now it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Did I hear right? I feel like I'm just going to ask this, even though I don't even know if it's true. But is there like a movie coming up for the Power Rangers?
There's, as far as I know, I've heard rumors that there is going to be a feature.
A feature?
Yeah, a new feature.
That wouldn't surprise me. We have not nearly enough superhero or related movies coming out right now. It's just kind of, getting crazier and crazier. Now, you've also, outside of that, there's probably a lot of stuff that people, unless they were searching through credit rolls, might not actually known that you've done. You're, like I was saying before the interview, you really are pretty much like a Renaissance man. You've done a little bit of everything in the industry, and voice acting is certainly something that you've done a lot of for both the anime side. You've even done some video game stuff. What are some of the notable, let's name a couple of animes and maybe a couple of games that people might have seen but just not realize that you were a major part of?
Well, I mean, there's Trigun was the first thing I did.
That's
Bash,
pretty well known.
Yeah. Bleach is pretty well known. Things that are not that well known. Well, I think I did Bumblebee and Transformers War for Cybertron, Nero and Devil May Cry 4. The Persona 4 stuff is pretty popular here.
Persona, I'm a big Persona 4 fan. That was awesome. That was awesome to see. You did, was it Arena that you did voices for, or were you
I was in there, the whole time. I was Adachi and I was Yu Narukami throughout.
Oh yeah. You gave the voice to you, which was some people, like I played the game first. I wasn't part of the whole thing before, and I had just gotten into the Persona series through 4. And you don't really hear you the whole game, and then so to hear you, was that ever? Have you done that kind of thing before, where you were the first person to voice something? Is there a bit of pressure to that, where people are not used to hearing a voice, and now you have to kind of give life to that character? Yeah,
I mean, really, that might be the Elfirion in Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Okay,
was also one that was like a character that didn't have a voice that I got to be
the
voice of. But yeah, most of the time it's already something that might have been established.
Right. Now, for a friend at home, I have to do this. I have to ask this question. You mentioned Bleach, and there are several episodes of Bleach. That was probably an endurance run for you to go. There's several. I mean, how many episodes in total were there for Bleach again? There were.
I think it's 366.
366. 366. So did it ever when you were going through all these episodes, did it ever start to tire on you a bit that Ichigo kept losing and gaining his powers over and over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, after the first 60 episode arc,
Right.
you know, where it's like, yeah, he's got his power, you know, and then, you know, the next one rolls around and he's like, wait, you can't do it anymore?
And then kind of ramp back up and down all over.
We'll do it again. But, you know, I mean, that's how the shows go, you know.
Yeah.
And then he changes each time a little bit.
Of course, of course. Now, I hate to ask this of anybody who's done any sort of acting or even voice acting as well. Is there any specific roles that you enjoyed more than others, or just maybe the people that you worked with really made that project special? What was something that stood out for you since you've done so much? What were maybe one or two?
It's tough. There's so many though that I really had a good time on. Trigun is definitely one of those. Bleach is one that's, you know, was I mean, it's just.
Was there a fun crew there with Bleach?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it changed throughout, you know.
Yeah,
but,
it would.
But I just really had a lot of fun. I think really, Nero in Devil May Cry 4 was one I just had a ton of fun on.
Sure.
I wasn't
He's a
limited
badass.
to picture. It was a script. I got to go to Japan to do the motion capture.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, you did the mocap for it
Yeah.
as well. Oh, geez, man, you were really involved with it then.
Yeah, it was really special, that one.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And I remember when I first read the script, because I was familiar with the first Devil May Cry, and I was like, man, Nero feels a lot like Dante.
He does.
And I was like, and I talked to the director, you know, the Japanese director, and then I was like, man, I want to make sure he's not like Dante. I want him to be his own thing. And then he like shut me up, and he was like, you are Nero. And then he like walked away, and that was it. And I was like, all right, okay.
So did you?
Do whatever.
Yeah, did you just take that as I get to do whatever I feel like?
It really was like within the, you know, the script. I just did whatever. I was like, all right, I'm gonna scream here. I'm gonna cry, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, I guess, yeah, that must have been fun then to have that kind of freedom, obviously, to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he'd rein me in when something was dumb, but yeah, it was
Very
fun.
good. Excellent. So is there anything, I mean, I have to assume there's a great number of things that you have coming up, but is there anything that you've been allowed to talk about or can talk about that people might be able to look forward to in the near future?
Let me think. I mean, Sailor Moon's already been announced.
Oh man, I
so-
forgot they're redoing that
yeah,
whole
so
gig.
I'm voicing Artemis in that.
That must be pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was huge, you know, but more
Absolutely.
for the females, but it's kind of cool to be a cat, I guess.
Oh sure, why
Who
not?
doesn't want to be a cat?
Why not? And you know, Artemis was a little had a little personality.
Yeah, he
in the
did.
show,
He's
yeah.
actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've just really started to get into a little bit more of him, and yeah, it's been cool.
Absolutely, excellent. Is there anything else other than that,
I mean,
or is
there
that got
are
you
a
tied
few.
down quite
That's
a bit?
the only one I think I can talk about.
Oh,
at the
okay,
moment, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine. That's just there's obviously lots coming up for you that you can't just spill the beans on quite
They
yet.
get upset with that sort of thing, so I try to stay away from anything I'm not sure about.
We won't get you in trouble. we won't get you in trouble. Well, excellent. I won't tie up any more of your time. I know you're a busy guy here, and I appreciate taking the time to talk with us today. And of course, we hope to see you again. I know Garrett's now a repeat visitor. Do you think after this con you might come back if you're invited?
Definitely come back. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thanks again, Johnny. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your time here, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, that's going to be it from us here at Hal-Con 2014. We got to give a big thanks to Joni and the Hal-Con crew for allowing us to show up here and do our thing today. Of course, you can catch up with us on Facebook and Twitter as usual. And until next time, I'm your host, Adam Morehouse. We'll see you soon.